He led them into his hut, a surprisingly spacious structure filled with strange and wondrous objects. Dried herbs hung from the rafters, their pungent aroma filling the air. Shelves lined the walls, filled with jars containing powders, roots, and strange artifacts. In the center of the room, a large clay pot simmered over a low fire. M'Baku gestured toward it. "This," he said, "is the source of the cure for your sickness." He explained that the herbs he had been cultivating were specifically chosen for their medicinal properties. He had been working tirelessly to create an antidote to the illness that had taken root in Umoja. "But what of the dreams?" Mama Nadi challenged, her eyes narrowed with suspicion. "What of the strange occurrences that have plagued our village since your arrival? And the massacre of Chief Ihanyi's goods, even his own death, how can that be explained?" Marani also asked, as if daring M'Baku to speak the truth. M'Baku paused, his face clouding with sadness. "I'm not responsible for those. I am only aware that something dark is in this stirring in the forest, something ancient and powerful. The dreams are a symptom of his presence, not a product of my magic." He explained that he had come to Umoja seeking to understand and counteract this dark force. He had hoped to protect the village, not to harm it. Chief Mozi, his heart filled with a glimmer of hope, looked at the villagers. "Are you willing to believe him?" he asked. "Are you willing to give him a chance to prove his words?" The silence hung heavy in the air, broken only by the crackling of the fire. The villagers looked at each other, their faces etched with doubt and uncertainty. Finally, Nnadi stepped forward. "I have lived a long life," she said, her voice trembling. "I have seen both good and evil. I believe that M'Baku speaks the truth. I see in his eyes not malice, but sorrow." One by one, the villagers agreed to give M'Baku a chance. They agreed to trust him, to allow him to continue his work, and help him fight the darkness that threatened their village. M'Baku, with the help of the villagers, began to administer the antidote. Slowly but surely, the sick began to recover. Hope returned to Umoja, replacing the fear that had gripped it for so long. But the darkness in the forest continued to stir. The dreams intensified, growing more vivid and terrifying. The strange occurrences persisted, becoming bolder and more disturbing. M'Baku realized that he could not simply cure the sickness. He had to confront the source of the evil, to find a way to banish it from the land. He gathered the elders of the village, including Chief Mozi and Mama Nadi. He told them of the ancient spirit that lurked in the forbidden forest, a creature of immense power and malevolence. He explained that the spirit was feeding on the fear and uncertainty of the villagers, growing stronger with each passing day. To defeat the spirit, M'Baku said, we must find its source. We must find the God that gives it power and destroy it. The elders agreed to help him. They knew that the fate of Umoja depended on it. They consulted with the spirit guides, seeking guidance and protection. M'Baku, guided by the spirits, and fueled by the hope of the villagers, prepared to venture into the forbidden forest. He armed himself with his knowledge of herbs and magic, his heart filled with both fear and determination. Before he left, he turned to Chief Mosey. "This will be a dangerous journey," he said. "I may not return, but I promise you this: I will do everything in my power to protect your village, even if it costs me my life." M'Baku entered the forbidden forest, the air thick with the scent of decay and ancient secrets. The trees towered above him, their branches gnarled and twisted like skeletal fingers. The ground was littered with fallen leaves and rotting logs, teeming with unseen creatures. He followed the path dictated by the spirit, a winding trail that led him deeper and deeper into the heart of the forest. He encountered strange and dangerous creatures, spirits both helpful and malevolent. He used his knowledge of herbs and magic to ward off the attacks the evil spirits continually threw at him. Finally, he reached a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient altar made of black stone and adorned with strange symbols. On the altar rested a small, intricately carved wooden box. M'Baku knew that this was the source of the spirit's power. He had to destroy the image. As he reached for the box, a voice echoed through the clearing, a voice cold and malevolent. "So," the voice hissed, "the wizard has come. You cannot stop me, M'Baku. I am too powerful. I will consume this village, and then I will consume the world." A dark figure materialized before him, its eyes glowing with an unholy light. The spirit of the forbidden forest had revealed itself. The battle began. M'Baku fought with all his might, wielding his knowledge of herbs and magic against the spirit's dark power. He summoned the spirit of the forest to aid him, weaving spells of protection and attack. The spirit in turn unleashed its fury. It summoned shadows and illusions, trying to overwhelm M'Baku. It attacked with bursts of dark energy, threatening to consume him. The battle raged for hours, the fate of Umoja hanging in the balance. Though weary and wounded, M'Baku refused to give up. He knew that if he failed, the village would be doomed. Finally, he saw an opening. Using all his remaining strength, he cast a powerful spell, binding the spirit to its wooden box. He lifted the box high above his head and smashed it against the altar. The clearing erupted in a blinding flash of light. The earth trembled and the air crackled with energy. The dark spirit shrieked in agony as its power dissipated. When the light faded, the spirit was gone. The clearing was silent, except for the sound of M'Baku's heavy breathing. He had won. M'Baku returned to Umoja, weary but triumphant. He was greeted as a hero, his name now spoken with respect and admiration. The fear that had gripped the village for so long had finally been lifted. The villagers celebrated their hearts, filled with joy and gratitude. M'Baku, no longer an outsider, was welcomed into the heart of the community. He shared his knowledge of herbs and magic, teaching the villagers how to heal and protect themselves. He remained in Umoja a protector and a guide, forever bound to the people he had saved. He became a legend, a symbol of courage and wisdom, a testament to the power of hope in the face of darkness. The shadow of Imbaku, once a source of fear, now stood as a beacon of hope, illuminating the path towards a brighter future for Umoja. The villagers finally understood that true magic lies not in fear and suspicion, but in understanding, acceptance, and the unwavering belief in the power of good. And the land of the rising sun, once shrouded in darkness, basked once more in the warmth of the sun, a testament to the enduring spirit of Umoja and the African wizard who dared to scare them into a better and ultimately safer world.